Hello everyone, welcome to Scratch, where we're going to be working on the new game of the month for March called Seasons. So in this game, we're going to be doing a couple of things, but we're going to start off by focusing on our week 1 core, which is going to be creating our play button, having an animation for our play button, creating our intro screen, and creating our background. So to start, we're going to go ahead and create our play button. So you're going to go ahead and go into Scratch, create a new game. Once you create one, you want to go ahead and title this. Okay. So I gave my game my title, and I'm going to delete the regular sprite that always shows up when you create a new project with the Scratch mascot. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. So we're going to hover over, choose a sprite, we're going to click on our paint tool, and we're going to go ahead and rename this play button. So normally we create an actual intro screen with our play button, but this time around we're going to split both of them just so you guys have an idea of how to do both different ways. So for the play button, we're actually going to create two costumes because like I said, we're going to be creating an animation. So this costume name, we're going to change to 1 since we're going to be using it in order to switch it. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on our rectangle tool. This time around, you do want to have an outline. So go ahead and pick the color that you want for this. And then also pick the color for the fill. Once you're done, you're going to go ahead and create a nice rectangle. Put it somewhere in the center for right now. And you guys can go ahead and edit this. So I'm going to use my select tool. My outline, I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. I'm just going to increase the number until I'm happy with it. Now, the shape that we start off with does not have to be the shape that we stay with, okay? So you guys can go ahead and use the reshape tool, and we can actually change this a little bit more to a shape that we want to use for our game, for our play button. So I'm just going to go ahead and play around with this a little bit more. Okay. And with this, I'm pretty much happy with the shape that I have. So once I'm happy with the shape, the next thing I want to do is click on my text tool. I want to first pick a different color. Once I have that, I want to go ahead and pick the font that I want to use. And then I'm just going to go ahead and type in play. I'm going to use my arrow tool, and I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger. Okay. I want to make it big enough to actually fit my button. So around here is fine. Now, if you want to, you can also do other things, such as add an outline to your play button. You can also add a drop shadow. So for example, I can click on the actual shape that I created. I can copy and paste it. I'm going to go ahead and hide the outline. And for the fill tool, I'm going to add a gradient. I'm going to make the top black and the bottom half invisible, and I'm going to move this behind it. And I can go ahead and move it a little bit more. Okay. And here I just gave it a little bit of an effect that kind of looks like it's kind of jumping out of the screen a little bit. Once I'm happy with this, I'm going to then duplicate this costume. So this first costume is going to be my actual play button, and the second costume is to help tell the player that they're pressing the play button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my paint bucket tool. I'm going to select my border color, and I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. Now, if you guys want to use completely a brand new color, that's perfectly fine, but I like using this because it kind of helps kind of emphasize the fact that it's completely filled in. But essentially all you're doing is you're picking one entire color for that entire shape. And then my play button, I'm also going to change the color. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and change this to a white. Okay. So you can kind of see what that animation will kind of look like. And once you're happy with that, the next step is going to be to code it.